Live from the Fieldhouse in Madison, it's the final day of the 15th annual WYAA Girls State Basketball Championships. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jeff Lenz, and it is Championship Saturday here in Madison. Before the day is over, 3 state titles will be decided. Our first matchup, a Class C battle between Oostburg and Fall Creek. All set to call the action, Bob Roars from WAOW TV in Wausau, Wisconsin, and Carol Hansen, the girls basketball coach at West Salem. Bob, what can we look forward to today?
A very exciting matchup. Both teams so impressive with victories yesterday, Carol. Fall Creek running all over on Dossigan, and of course Oostburg with a nice debut against Lena yesterday and getting the victory. So impressive, but where do the differences come in today?
Well, both teams have inside games and outside shooters, so that side, they're both quite even. Fall Creek likes to press. Oostburg can press if they need to. I think it'll come down to just who's on today, and it'll be an excellent matchup.
Key people to stop. Who do you have to stop on defense to be successful today?
Vanderplas is going to be their point guard for Oostburg, and she's a fine ball player. I think they need to control her because she controls the ball club for Oostburg. On Fall Creek, they're very deep. They can go 9 or 10 people, but Missy Crandall is probably their best player, and they're going to need to contain her.
One other key in this game, Jeff. Fall Creek has been here 6 straight times. They are looking for their 4th Class C state tournament title. That would be a state record. So this is going to be a lot of fun this morning.
Looking forward to a good matchup, and don't forget, immediately following this game, it's the Class B matchup. Cuba City squaring off against Bloomer, and we'll cap it off with the Class A state championship, Milwaukee, Washington against Eau Claire Memorial. Just moments away from the opening tip-off between Oostburg and Fall Creek. But first, these messages from our statewide sponsors, Rural Insurance and Marshfield Clinic. This is your WYAA network station.
Welcome back to the UW Fieldhouse, everyone. Bob Roars and Carol Hansen, the girls basketball coach at West Salem High School, set to bring you this Class C championship game. Fall Creek, the Crickets, coming in with a record of 23-2, taking on Oostburg, the Flying Dutchman, with a record of 25-1. Carol, outstanding matchup. Both teams so patient, so calm yesterday. Nothing to it in the semis.
I'm really excited to see this game. I just think these ball clubs are ready to play, and I think it's going to be a close game all the way through to the end.
Vanderplas, the big key on the Oostburg side of things. You run things out top for her, but of course Fall Creek will come at you from so many different angles. They've got 4 people that scored in double figures yesterday. Everybody can handle the basketball. It's just a lot of fun to watch. So we will keep an eye on how things go. Fall Creek going for their 4th state championship. Oostburg, their first appearance to state and their first state title appearance. Let's go to PA announcer Jack Rain for the starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the championship round of the 15th annual WIAA State High School Girls Basketball Tournament. Let's meet the participants for this morning's Class C championship game. The Flying Dutchman of Oostburg. At forward, a 5'8" senior, number 45, Brenda Cott. For the Crickets of Fall Creek, at forward, a 5'10" senior, number 22, Teresa Brunko. For Oostburg, a 5'10" senior, number 51, Debbie Wilterding. For Fall Creek, a 5'5" sophomore, number 40, Cami Aspason. At center, for Oostburg, a 6'2" senior, number 55, Rebecca Leet. At center, for Fall Creek, a 5'10" senior, number 44, Misty Crandall. At guard, for Oostburg, a 5'7" senior, number 33, Deanna Vanderplas. For Fall Creek, a 5'5" junior, number 10, Jeanette Ferguson. For Oostburg, a 5'7" junior, number 23, Kelly Klippel. For Fall Creek, a 5'7" senior, number 32, Lori Wilbur. The Flying Dutchman of Oostburg are coached by Tom DePachter. His assistant, Scott Gripping. The Crickets of Fall Creek are coached by Arnie Scrutru. His assistants, Ron Hoekstra, and Sharon Windrich. The officials assigned for this morning's championship game by the WIAA, Steve Kaiser and Gary Leibfried.
The officials working out of the town of Dickeyville in Wisconsin. We are about a few moments away from this Class C championship game. Carol, we talked about it, Fall Creek yesterday. Let's talk about the route over on Doskin. Was it almost too easy for him in that first semifinal? Would you like a closer game at least to really get your feet wet in the state tournament atmosphere?
I think the fact that they've been here 6 years in a row and have been in both situations where they've won the first game easy, where they've been in close games, I think they're ready either way. Oostburg, a couple of those kids look a little bit more nervous today than they did yesterday, but this is for all the goals, so rightfully so. Until the ball goes up, I think the nerves will go down.
The basket may seem a foot higher at times, the court a few feet longer on the Oostburg side of things. We'll just have to wait and see. All set for the Class C championship. 22 for the Crickets to Teresa Brunko. Oostburg coming away with the tip with Rebecca Leet. Jumping center for them, wearing number 55. This is Deanna Vanderplas. Outstanding ball player. The player went inside, the pass went outside.
Rebecca Leet at 6'2" does have a height advantage inside and has an awful nice touch on the ball.
Hard to say if Misty Crandall has ever gone up against anyone 6'2" with any success. Crandall took 17 shots yesterday. Here's Wilbur from the outside, and it goes.
That's confidence shooting. Nice shot, nice follow through.
Wilbur with her first 2 of the day.
Fall Creek is going to stay with their press.
Oostburg trying to track this one down. Good hustle there. And they work it back out top.
They need to get a basket here just to get some confidence and make sure that they know they're just going to play their game.
Vanderplas tries to answer right away. Missed the shot. Number 40, Carrie Osmussen coming away with the rebound. Or Cammie Osmussen, my fault. This is Bergeson. Osmussen, right corner. We'll try it from 17 feet. Yes!
When you can hit them from that far, your inside's going to open up. Oostburg's playing a 2-3 on defense.
Vanderplas working her way through the press, nearly has it stolen away. Ball lost. Brenda Cotton brings it across for Oostburg, and the Lady Dutchman will start it all over again.
Fall Creek is in their traditional man-to-man defense. They play very, very well on the defensive end of the court.
Brenda Cotton works it in the corner. Wilberdink inside the lead. She was fouled on the play. Lori Wilder, the first team foul of the afternoon, or of the morning rather, for Fall Creek.
Pass inside. Leet makes a nice, strong move to the basket. On defense, trying to defend her, and just a little bit impossible at that point.
Rebecca Leet going to the free throw line. The first attempt we've seen so far today. Getting that.
Nice foul.
Oostburg is on the board, absolutely. Leet is on her way to Wisconsin next year. Wisconsin coach Mary Murphy very impressed with this 6'2" senior. She's allowed a lot of potential, really, down the future. She's got a ways to go, but she can play right now.
Her goal is to be able to get here and play as a high school senior on this floor before she comes to college, and she got that wish.
4-2, the Crickets with the lead, and the basketball. Ferguson. Osmussen back to Ferguson now. Down low inside, Crandall went up for the shot, had it knocked away. Nice defensive play there by Kelly Klippel.
Trying to fake to bring the foul on Leet. She's a pretty smart ball player.
6:14 to go in the first quarter. They go down low to Leet, lost the handle. Brenda Cotton now on the left side. Penetrating, lost the handle, back out top. Wilberdink, now Klippel. Driving at the free throw line. Pulls it back out. Cotton, right side, top of the key, Klippel. Klippel with Ferguson on her. Tip away. Nice defense there by Misty Crandall.
Nice helping out on their defense. They know where the ball is, and they really anticipate that pass very, very well.
Second turnover for Oostburg. Ferguson.
Osmussen likes to take that baseline shot.
Wilbur thought about it, kicks it back out. Osmussen again.
It's tough to stop when they're hitting.
She will simply roam the baseline, look for that shot from the corner, and she's been successful in 2 tries.
Coach Strukrud said she's actually a guard, but this year she's played the forward position, done it very, very well.
Wilberdink missing the shot.
Nice, strong rebound.
Teresa Brunko up high for that one. Lori Wilbur playing the point for the Crickets, going for their 4th state Class C championship.
Wilbur leads in assists for the Fall Creek Crickets. She has 350 career assists. She also can score. There's another one.
6 points for Osmussen. it 2. Fall Creek with a lead.
And she's only a sophomore.
There's that word again. Sophomore and freshman, very popular. Jeanette Ferguson couldn't get out of the way in time. Fall Creek picks up the foul.
It's a good drive by Vanderplas. Here Vanderplas comes in strong. She knew where she wanted to go. Bergerson was off balance and committed the foul.
4:47 to go. Cott was open, missed the shot underneath. They're going to have to hit those against this Fall Creek team. When you're open, you've got to hit them.
Exactly. Hopefully the jitters from being in a championship game will leave out Oostburg and they'll be able to hit some of those shots.
Osmussen thought about it that time, but no, she'll kick it back out. Bergerson weaves, back out to Wilbur. She'll drive, she'll put it up from 5, no good. Leaks the rebound. Quickly down toward Vanderplas. This is where she hurt Nina yesterday. And scores.
There, that's what they need. Nice strong rebound, get that outlet, and go with it.
8-4, Oostburg back within 4.
Oostburg is respecting Osmussen on the baseline now. They're going out, not going to give her that shot. Smart idea.
Wolford ain't going out on her. This is Bergerson. They're trying to go to Crandall inside, but there's nothing there with Leach standing behind her. Now they go to the low post. She tries to kick it back out. Does. Tipped away. Wilbur recovers. Here's Bergerson. Working the right wing. Now goes back top of the key. They'll reset again. Brunko in the corner. Bergerson, 3-point distance, travels.
Oostburg is opening up their press, or their zone defense a little bit to stop the outside shooters from Fall Creek.
You got to look at Coach Tom DeBacher there. Sixth year with the Flying Dutchman.
She's done a nice job with these young ladies.
Deanna Vanderplas, her brother, playing for Wisconsin Green Bay. Leach missing the left-hander. Back on the break comes Fall Creek. Wilbur, she's going to slow things up. Bergerson looking right side. Now goes to Osmussen. Fake, traveled again. 2 consecutive turnovers on Osmussen. And the third overall. First substitution, Osmussen coming out of the game. Sharon Eilers coming in, number 42 for the Crickets.
She is their second leading scorer coming off the bench.
Vanderplas. Another layup, another bucket.
She knows what to do with the basketball. Straight to the hoop.
She goes up strong, too. There's no hesitation whatsoever.
And she can go to the right or the left. It really doesn't matter. She can go to right-hand layup, left-hand layup, just as smooth both ways.
Crandall lost the handle on the baseline.
3 turnovers in a row is going to hurt.
8-6 our score. We'll take a timeout with 2:54 remaining in the opening period. More from the state tournament after this for the people who bring our coverage statewide right to you. Menards and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. This is your WYAA network station. Back to the fieldhouse. 2:54 remaining in this opening period of the Class C championship. Fall Creek with a 2-point advantage over Oostburg. You see the field goal shooting right there. The Fall Creek side, it is Osmussen. Cammie Osmussen, 3 of 3 from about 15 feet away from the bucket.
Right with her, even with her.
Back underway, Deanna Vanderplas. Rebecca Leach, full court as usual.
Fall Creek is in their press, but not pushing a lot. Just seeing if Oostburg will make a mistake, but staying in that press, not coming up on the ball real hard, because they know Oostburg can handle the ball.
Kelly Whipple tied up on a nice defensive play there by Misty Crandall. She's no stranger to the state tournament atmosphere. She was a big factor the last 2 seasons Fall Creek has been down here.
She's been here 4 years. It was a nice move in by Klippel, but she just didn't expect Crandall to come across.
Nice pass inside. Eilers fakes up over Leach. Draws the foul.
You can see that they've been told by their coach, I'm sure, to make that fake inside.
Eilers will go to the line as we will take a look at this one more time.
Eilers makes that head fake, goes up strong. Cott's got 3-4 inches on her, but someone else hit her from underneath.
Eilers hitting the free throw.
Confidence in that face.
5'11" junior center with 12 points yesterday to her credit. And give her a couple more today now at the free throw line. 10-6 as the Crickets have gone into double digits now. And 2:28 remaining in the opening period. Brenda Cott breaks the pressure. And the Dutchman will reload here. Vanderplas pulls up from 7. Nope. And a foul underneath. And I believe that is on number 45, Brenda Cott.
Vanderplas hit those shots yesterday, and I'm sure here she comes in, comes up nice and strong, square to the basket, just comes off the back of the rim for her.
10-6 our score. This is Janet Bergeson for the Crickets. Back up top, Lori Wilbur penetrates into the lane, dumps it back out to Brunko. Crandall.
2 cutters across.
Good defensive effort by Vanderplas. Here she goes again. Her 3rd layup of this quarter.
And that's what she likes to do. She anticipates real well.
6 points for Deanna Vanderplas, the senior leader on this team.
Nice pass. Nice pass. Nice move inside there.
They work well off that low post. Once it goes down there, everybody else doesn't stop cutting. They all keep moving.
They've got their 3 big forwards in at this time. A lot of times one will rest and they'll bring Eilers in.
Brenda Cott tracks it down on the near baseline. Here's Vanderplas yelling, reset, let's get organized here.
She's a real leader on the court. She takes the offense and says, this is what we're going to run, and the kids respect her, and she does a real nice job. They're trying to get it into Cott. She's double teamed underneath there.
Leet working so hard for position underneath, and she draws the foul that time on Misty Crandall, who pushed off down low. She is really battling for position. They're really working her over.
They know they need to stop her inside, so they're trying to double team her. And when she's got that strong move to the basket, that's going to happen sometimes where they commit that foul.
Substitution for Oostburg, number 25, is Lisa Moriarty. And Leet now 3 of 3 from the free throw line this morning. Getting them both. Oostburg once again back within 2.
In a game like this, those free throws are going to be very crucial.
Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Lori Wilbur for Fall Creek. Brunko, cross-court pass, Bergeson. Thought about going to Eilers inside. Now she's going to dribble out some more. Back in the far wing, nice pass down low. Shot up, no good, but a foul. Sherry Seidel is checked in for Fall Creek, and she's going to go to the free throw line as Rebecca Leet picks up her 2nd foul.
Pass comes in, side to Seidel, makes a nice move inside for little guard and draws a foul on Leet. I'm sure Fall Creek would like to see a couple more fouls on Rebecca Leet.
34, Jenny Mack coming in for the Crickets as well.
These young ladies are picture perfect on the free throw line. Nice follow through, nice arch, and they really want the ball. They stand there with their hands out like, give me the ball, I want to shoot it.
Getting the 2nd free throw as well. 14-10, 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Vanderplas facing that full court pressure. Defensive foul on Tammy Asmussen. Just a matter of someone not calling out a pick.
Exactly. You need to communicate on the court. Vanderplas sends her people back. Definitely tell that she's the quarterback on the floor for them.
Work it around. This is Klippel, number 23 at the top of the key. Fakes. Goes back to Vanderplas on the white side. Drives, pulls up. Baseline 10. It's good.
She drives so well. Then she pulls up, knows where other people are, and takes that shot if she needs to.
8 points for Deanna Vanderplas. Almost stolen away. Wilbur tracks it down near head mid-court. Jenny Mack with the basketball. Back up top. Her and Wilbur play catch. Mack thought about it. Now takes it. Now missed it. Vanderplas, the loose ball rebound. And that will do it. 14-12 our score after 1 quarter of the Class C championship game. We'll be back from the Fieldhouse with more of the 15th annual Girls State Championships after this. This is your WIAA network station.
To midway.
Good example of ball movement, something that has given Fall Creek their 14-12 lead here over Oostburg after 1 quarter.
Crandall's to Eilers to Brunko, found the open person on the weak side and goes up, uses that backboard, really nice.
Vanderplas saw something there, but evidently it wasn't. And the turnover. And the ball will go back to Fall Creek with that 2-point lead. 4th turnover of the morning for Oostburg.
I think she thought the teammate was going to go inside there, and the teammate decided to stay out.
Janet Bergeson for the Crickets. Back to Lori Wilbur. She's the point guard running the show normally. Brunko back to Wilbur. Back to Brunko. Corner Asmussen. She's hit 3 times already. That's her first miss of the day. And the nice rebound there. Good position by Lisa Moriarty.
She comes off the bench to do a real nice job. Real good shooter in close games, the coach says. Actually shoots better in close games than she does in games that are out of reach.
Nice pass underneath the number 53, Melanie Lead.
I think Melanie, as a freshman, needs that first or second shot to go down for her, and it will really improve her whole game for the afternoon.
So we're tied at 14. 7-12 remaining here in the first half. Wilbur down to the baseline. Asmussen quick off the release, but came up short. And Rebecca Lee cleared the rebound to Vanderplas.
Nice pass by Wilbur on that end of the court.
Kelly Klippel down low. Leet turned around, fouled from behind. The left-hander didn't go, but she will go to the free throw line for the 3rd time today. 22, Teresa Brunko picking up the foul. Look at it again.
Pass inside. Had to move to get it. Leet does a nice job. That left hand spins around up for attempt at the shot. Coming another angle, you can see where she can really go to the ball where the pass is. Trying to play defense from behind. Out of position, go over their back.
Still perfect from the free throw line. 5 of 5, something we haven't seen too often. Oostburg yesterday, good free throw shooting. Vanderplas was 6 of 6 from the line yesterday.
There's been a lot of games this year that have been determined on the free throw line. Those are really important.
Her first miss. Bergeson back across now for Fall Creek, and they will reset, trailing by 1. Misty Crandall, nice pass inside. Eilers fakes once. Leet with the block.
Nice block. They're trying to go with that fake to draw that foul on Leet, but Leet knows just to stay down on her feet.
Stay down, and if she is going to go up, she's going to go straight up. She's not going to be reaching anywhere.
Whole Oostburg team plays good defense without reaching with their hands.
Vanderplas down in the low wing. She traveled with the basketball.
Took a step before she put the ball down.
Lisa Moriarty in a bit of a hurry. 5th turnover there for Oostburg. 6:22 remaining in the first half.
Defensive person comes at you, sometimes try to move faster than what you should.
Bergeson goes on the right side now to Crandall. Fakes with Moriarty on her. Kicks it back out to Bergeson. Looking for Eilers down low. Maybe trying to draw that 3rd foul on Rebecca Lee just to clear things out the middle. Eilers, little bump and run there with Vanderplas. Bergeson on the baseline, nowhere to go. Had it tipped out of bounds, but a foul called on number 25, Lisa Moriarty.
They're running Crandall on the baseline now. See if she can get an outside shot. She can play inside or she can play outside. Yesterday we saw her shooting from 16, 15 feet.
Fall Creek on the inbound. Nice pass to Eilers. Got up.
Nice spin to block out that defensive player. Nice job by Eilers.
Crickets back in front, 16-15. And down low, Lee wide open. Missed the shot.
A little bit better angle. Maybe could have used that backboard.
Good call, Coach.
That's what the backboard's there for. I always tell the kids that. They didn't want you to use it. They wanted to put it behind.
Vanderplas on the left side.
Is her left hand. They hit the ball coming up. Threw off her tempo there.
We'll check to see who that foul is on. Vanderplas missing the shot. It is number 10, Jeanette Bergeson, picking up the foul.
Here she comes in, strong, hits the ball at that point. Then coming down with the rebound.
Kelly Klippel
Bergeson,
using all of the basket on that one.
Bergeson did a nice defensive job the first time through, but the second time just went over the back.
And hits the second as well.
Klippel did a real nice job yesterday playing defense. She played man-to-man on Lena's best player.
The WIAA Girls and Boys State Basketball Championships are brought to you statewide by your local Cenex Land O'Lakes Cooperative, providing quality petroleum products, crop inputs, and livestock feeds throughout Wisconsin. Whistle underneath and a foul.
Crandall has not taken a shot yet. Scored in double figures yesterday, so I'm sure they want to get her into the offense for Fall Creek.
Substitutions, number 31. That is Ann Buzzy coming into the game.
Again, those forwards inside are making that fake, trying to draw a foul on Leet.
4 points for Sharon Eilers today. 17-16 our score. Oostburg holding on to that 1-point lead. And Eilers with a chance to tie things up here with 5:12 remaining in the half. She fails to do so. Rebound goes down to Melanie Lee. And Vanderplas will bring things across oh so slowly for Oostburg. Nice pass on the right side. Baseline shot by Melanie Lee is good.
She is really aware of what's going on in the court. She knows where her players are, but she doesn't let the defense know.
It is now a three-point lead for Oostburg. Misty Crandall faking down in the left corner. Back to Bergeson. Crandall, three-point range, doesn't want the shot. Back to Bergeson. Now she's going to try the right side. Brunko, this is Bergeson. Just kind of rotating big people. Wilbur drives up over Rebecca Leet. No good. Leet had the rebound. Now tracks it down in the corner.
She does a nice job inside. She gets good position, goes for the ball. Has got a nice long reach. Being left-handed, I think, is a little bit different for a lot of kids, too, to guard her on the offensive end.
Moriarty in trouble. Kicks it back to Ann Buzzy now. She goes in the left corner. The shot outside, up and good. Lisa Moriarty's on the board.
She's shot from out there before. Nice job on the follow-through and a good shot all around.
Arnie Spruker wants to talk times out. The deficit has now increased to 5 points. Back after these messages from our statewide sponsors, Rural Insurance Companies and Cenex Land O'Lakes. This is your WIAA network station.
Celebrate Country Spirit Days at your Cenex or Land O'Lakes Cooperative with these great sale prices. Stock up on lubricants and take advantage of the best price of the season. Buy a 20-pound propane cylinder filled with Cenex propane for just $22.95 and treat your dog to Hardy Champion dog food. Sale priced at just $5.69. Plus register to win a Case IH tractor, the grand prize drawing in the Country Spirit Day sweepstakes. For great Country Spirit Days values, see your Cenex or Land O'Lakes Cooperative.
How long will the memories linger? How soon will the photographs fade? Have the years slipped through our fingers? Has tomorrow become yesterday?
How quickly the days turn into years. That's why you should talk to your rural insurance agent about life insurance before tomorrow becomes yesterday.
Has tomorrow become yesterday?
Both teams shooting the basketball very well, Carol Hansen, but Oostburg just a little bit better at the moment.
Right now, Oostburg has 3 for 5. The last 5 shots, they've made 3. Fall Creek, only 1 for 5. Yesterday, they shot about 50%. So I'm sure Coach talked that over with the girls just to relax, put that ball up, take good shots, and they will fall.
Misty Crandall with the basketball. Keep in mind, she has yet to take a shot. Obviously, something was said. She still hasn't taken a shot. She traveled with the basketball.
Walk first. Very, very frustrated young lady right now.
7th turnover for the Crickets. Very uncharacteristic. They didn't turn it over a whole lot yesterday.
Oostburg is being very, very patient. Really hasn't let this press be much of a problem. They dribble, then they pass through it.
3:40 remaining in the half.
Fall Creek, I think, is aware of that. They can handle the ball coming through a press and aren't really pushing them a lot. Like I said before, just trying to make them make a mistake.
Outside shot. No good there by Ann Buzzy. And a foul underneath. Misty Crandall got the rebound. Somebody pushed her from behind. Or a jump ball, rather. Excuse me. 3:23 left to go. 21-16.
Both came down with the rebound.
On a possession, Fall Creek takes over. Crandall thought about it. Bergeson, Crandall again, free throw line, spins in the paint, off glass, no good. Rebecca Leet high for the rebound.
They put Crandall in a different position. First she was playing low post, then they moved her on the baseline. Now they put her at the top of the key to see if she could get some shots and get into the offense. They know that they need her shooting the ball.
Is she much of an outside threat? Might she be able to start taking that 15-footer to pull Leet out away from the basket a little bit?
Most definitely. We saw that yesterday, and I've seen it in other games where she can shoot from different spots on the floor.
Vanderplas. Look at that. There's the baby hook by Leet.
The famous baby left-hand hook by Rebecca Leet.
7 points for Rebecca Leet. It's a 7-point advantage now for Oostburg. And about 2:30 left to go in the half. Brunko. Misty Crandall takes it from 17. No good. Rebound way out top, and Crandall tracks it down. Bergeson drives, dishes back to Crandall. Brunko on the left wing. Cross-court pass, Bergeson. Thought about Eilers. Crandall in the paint. Goes up. Scores.
That's what they want to do. Get that skip pass and bring Crandall in so she's 15, 14-footer, and that'll go down.
Well, they know they have to get her involved in the offense. She scored 20 yesterday. Leaps open down court. Rolls with the left-hander. No good. Lost the handle. Loose ball on the floor. Will jump it up. Going to belong to Oostburg. And more substitutions for the Flying Dutchman. Number 23 is Kelly Klippel back in the game. And Buzzy checking out, number 31.
Fall Creek stays in their man-to-man. Watch what's happening. And nice cut by Klippel. Puts it up with a nice shot, just didn't fall. A little bit hard, back of the rim.
Ferguson for Fall Creek. Misty Crandall, top of the key. Fakes, drives left side. Back outside, Brunkel. Asmussen, no good. She hit her first three. She's been ice cold ever since. Here's Vanderplas, back the other way. They better hurry. Weaving, working on Asmussen. Scores off glass.
That young lady knows when to keep going to the basket, when to pull up. She dictates what she's going to do by what the defense gives her.
She had Asmussen turning her head the entire way down the floor. She didn't know which way the attack was going to come.
Vanderplas sometimes takes the layup, sometimes takes the outside shot, sometimes passes.
Big foul underneath, Rebecca Leet. That is her, is that her third?
There's Vanderplas, nice jumper from about 6 feet away.
Check with Don Kerr here. How many fouls have we got on Rebecca Leet right now?
I think that was called on Melanie Leet.
That was Melanie. Okay, that was Melanie. All right.
They're sisters and look an awful lot alike inside there. Yesterday they didn't play a lot at the same time. They interchanged for each other. But today I've noticed the coaches got them both in there to offset the Fall Creek height maybe.
There's Melanie Leet. Now Rebecca. Left-hander muscles up and scores. Boy, she really had her away for that one.
3 people on her. She still gets the ball to fall.
9 points for Rebecca Leet, the 6'2 center.
And again, Vanderplas makes that drive in, draws people to her, and then makes some other things happen underneath.
I always had the pass intercepted down low. Here comes Crandall. Look at her weave down. Pulls up. Yes.
She changes hands, goes from right to left. Which way is she going to go? Fall Creek Crickets weren't really sure. She's in control of that ball.
12 points for Vanderplas. It's an 11-point lead. 29-18, 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Crandall for 3. No good. Klippel up for the rebound. 8 seconds to go. She'll take the last shot. Drives, had it poked away. Crandall back the other way. She better hurry. 2 seconds. It won't happen.
Vanderplas is smart enough, just stood there and slow her down, but didn't commit a foul.
The Falcons are rocking the field house right now. 29-18, our score at halftime of the Class C championship game. The action continues after this from this field house after these words from our statewide sponsors, Marshfield Clinic and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back to the field house. We are at halftime. The Oostburg Dance Line outperforming here. 29-18, the Flying Dutchman leading Fall Creek. And Carol Hansen, a very interesting first half. Fall Creek the early advantage, but suddenly Oostburg couldn't do anything wrong down the stretch.
Oostburg, the first couple minutes, I really thought had a few of the jitters, but once the first couple baskets went down, they really settled down and started playing their game. Then Fall Creek started getting a little bit apprehensive in their shooting, and they didn't fall, and that makes a big difference in your confidence. And they couldn't get Crandall in the ball game into the offense, and then they started doing a couple of adjustments, and I'm sure they'll come out with some other adjustments the second half.
Some big adjustments in the second half. Standing by cross court, Jeff Wenzen continuing on with our halftime festivities here at the field house, so let's go to him right now. Jeff?
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Oostburg leading Fall Creek 29-18. The Flying Dutchman made a surge there at the end of the second quarter to take control in this Class C championship game. Let's go back over to Bob Roars and Carol Hansen for an analysis with the first half statistics.
All right, Jeff. Well, Carol, here's the situation right now. You're down 29-18. You were outscored 17-4. That's on the Fall Creek side of things. What is Arnie Skrukru telling his kids? Obviously, this is unfamiliar ground.
Yes, pretty sure that most of the year they've been ahead, although they did lose 2 games, and I'm sure that they've been in enough tough games where they know what to do. They're going to have to just take good shots, keep working the ball around, making sure they get that open person, and then just square up and take a good shot, and they will fall. They're too good shooters to just sit back and quit shooting. That's not going to work at all.
You see the shooting percentages there. 7 of 8 for Oostburg, or free throw wise, but field goal shooting, they're at 55%, and they are making them count. Vanderplas right now has been incredible. She is 6 of 8 from the field. Most of those, she's getting the ball on the run, driving. She makes things happen out there. She's a very smart ball player.
She's an excellent ball player. She can go to the right, to the left. She knows where the people are on the court, and she's doing a fine job for the Oostburg. You can also talk about Rebecca Leet inside. She had those 2 fouls, but they haven't stopped her from playing hard. And Fall Creek, I don't think, is used to maybe playing against a 6'2" girl that can play like that. I don't think many people are.
The scoring leaders, if we could look at those, Vanderplas, of course, leading the way for Oostburg with 12 points, Leet getting her 9. It's kind of a different story on the Fall Creek side of things. Osmussen came out, hit her first 3 shots from about 15 feet away, and suddenly they stopped falling. Crandall didn't take a shot, I don't think, the entire first quarter. They've got to get her involved.
They've tried a couple different things to get her involved, and I think they'll come back. It was working at the end of the second quarter. They're getting her involved in the offense, but the shots that she took, I think she was like forcing them, and they weren't falling for her. So I'm sure they'll come out and making sure Crandall gets in the offense, and they were going inside and trying to fake Leet, but they didn't draw any fouls on her. So they're going to have to go to the drawing board and try something else.
Do they spread things out, try and spread the Oostburg defense out even more to maybe extend Leet just a little bit from the basket?
Well, I think that they've extended them about as far as they really can, and Leet has got such a nice long arm span that she can take the ball pretty much care of the inside with her block shots. So I don't know what else Fall Creek can do there, because they are passing through it. They're doing a nice job. The ball just isn't going in the hoop for them right now.
29-18, our score here at halftime of this Class C championship. Fall Creek going for their 4th state title. Oostburg doing a nice job of standing in the way. We'll take a break. We'll return to the Fieldhouse right after this from our statewide sponsors, Menards and Cenex Land O'Lakes. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back to the Fieldhouse, everyone. Bob Roars and Carol Hansen standing by for the second half of this one. 29-18 our score. Oostburg, the Flying Dutchman, flying out to that big lead. A 17-4 advantage in the second quarter, something I know Fall Creek hasn't seen too many times this year. They're just not used to being on the short end of the scoreboard at this stage of the game.
No, I think that they were a little bit in awe, because they came out at the beginning of the game and they kind of had control. And then all of a sudden I think they maybe sat back and thought, gee, we're in control of the game. And Oostburg said, now we're relaxed and now we're going to play our game. A coach told me that they're going to do whatever it takes to win, and I believe them, and I think that they're doing right now exactly what they want to do. They haven't had to make too many adjustments, and Fall Creek has had to make some adjustments. They've been here before. Coach Crude is an excellent coach, and I'm sure that they'll come in. We'll see some things to get them back in this ball game quick in the third quarter.
Fall Creek will get the basketball and the chance to get back inside of 10 points. We'll wait and see. Lori Wilber, number 32, she's the point guard. This is Brunko, 22. Wilber penetrating, goes off in the corner now to Misty Crandall. Crandall, low post, Eilers, turnaround over Leet, missed everything. Ball tipped wide, Vanderplas backs it down in the corner.
Oostburg came out and they're 2-3. It's worked for them the first half, so they're going to stay in it.
I'm guessing they're going to show the same patience they've been showing this whole tournament so far.
Crickets came out in the zone now, trying to stop Oostburg.
Vanderplas on the point. Whipple down low. Leet up strong, missed the shot. Good position by Brunko for the rebound, and a foul underneath on number 51, Debbie Wilterdink. That is her first.
Yeah, she didn't have position. When you do that, you just can't go over the back. Already made one mistake, can't make two.
29-15 our score. We're about a minute into the third quarter here at the Fieldhouse. Thanks for joining us. The first of 3 championship games here on the WIAA network. Foul underneath, Wilterdink picking up another personal within about 20 seconds of each other.
You can see the forwards are trying to work with each other, pass inside and pass across. They know that they need to work and try to get one-on-one against Leet, or get her on the other side and then shoot from the weak side.
Well, they had pretty good success. Not so much scoring from the low post, but having that post person turn around and get somewhere else. That's where the points were coming from. That time they drew the foul.
And they've got all 3 of their taller girls in now trying to work that baseline.
Brunko missing the second. So the lead is now 10 points for Oostburg. Their first state tournament appearance, and naturally their first Class C title. Cross-court pass. It's Brenda Koch. Pulls up, looking, goes in the corner now to Wilterding. Nice pass down low. Leet missed the shot. Good position, Crandall.
Fall Creek was in that 2-3, but they come out on the ball. They don't want to just let Oostburg do whatever they want.
Sharon Eilers pulls up free throw line.
Forcing,
came up short, yep.
Forcing that shot inside.
6:25 to go in the third. Brenda Koch. Worked around. Whipple. Cross-court pass. Koch will take it from 16. It rolls off. Eilers the rebound. It clears quickly up ahead to Lori Wilbur, who brings it across.
You need to convert now on one of the... When they get the ball on the rebound, they need to come back down on this end and convert.
Wilbur thought about the three. Now they go cross-court to Crandall to roll. No, sir. Look at Lee. That isn't fair. 6'2". She was flat-footed. Nobody could get up with it.
And she's strong. Got nice long arms, strong hands.
Wilterdink, right corner. Flipple lost the handle, tracks it down, back to Vanderplas. Leet is open. Left-hander off glass, fouled on the play.
Nice move inside. Just use the glass a little bit too far over. A pass comes inside here to Leet. She makes a nice strong move, but gets bumped by Bronco coming across to try to play defense on her.
Should have Bronco been backing up on the play, more or less. We had Eilers fronting Leet on that, but as far as the help side goes, I get the impression Bronco's got to be uptight there.
She should have been over there a little bit sooner because they must know that they're going to try to go inside the Leet because Fall Creek having a hard time stopping her. You need to be in front of her and have somebody behind, because once she gets that move and starts to move, the foul's always going to be on the defense.
Cami Asmussen checking in for the Crickets. Leet getting the free throw.
I'm sure Fall Creek is hoping that she'll come and hit some long shots like she did at the beginning of the game.
31-19 our score. It's now a 12-point advantage with 5.5 minutes to go here in the third. Lori Wilbur, baseline, free throw line rather, pulls up, in and out. Rebound, Eilers went up high, follows up from 7, no good. Loose ball, it belongs to the Crickets.
Asmussen is playing up on top now. She usually plays the baseline. It'll be interesting to see how her shooting is from that area.
Crandall, good position inside on the inbound, but he could not get the shot to go. Vanderplas is loose, and here she comes again. She's got to beat Eilers back. Right side scores.
And that is from the left side. Just an excellent... She knows she wants to go to the hoop, and she's going to go, and you better just get out of her way.
The lead is swelled to 14 points now in favor of Oostburg. Asmussen, right corner, Misty Crandall.
Nice pass inside, little bounce pass inside there.
Cross-court, bad pass.
Yeah,
Brenda Koch is in good position.
Nice anticipation on the defense inside there. Eilers need to step to the ball. You always tell your kids, step to the ball, step to the ball.
Vanderplas, Klippel, right corner. Moriarty will try. No good. Asmussen goes up for the rebound and brings it across.
Oostburg is getting back well on defense, too. They're stopping any fast break.
Wilmer for three. Lori Wilmer with 5. She showed yesterday she could take that shot and hit it. Maybe it's going to happen a lot more. 33-22. The Crickets get back within 11 points now with 4:14 remaining in the third.
Oostburg is content. Pass the ball under control. In control of the ball.
Moriarty left corner. They go to Leet down low. She was fouled on the play. Missy Crandall came over on the help. But got there too late.
They're trying to key in so Leet stop her inside.
Her second personal foul. You saw Tom DePachter. His 6th year with the Flying Dutchman. Tough pass on the inbound. Fall Creek had that one covered up fairly well. Jump ball. And Oostburg is going to keep it.
I'm really impressed with Fall Creek under their own basket, how they make that spin move.
Nice pass. Klippel's open from 15. It comes off. Asmussen the rebound. Laura Wilmer took that long first step. She calls for traveling.
I'm sure she's a frustrated young lady in that position there. She usually doesn't travel. She can handle the ball quite well.
With that 11-point lead, Oostburg has the basketball. And 3:40 to go in the third. Van der Plas playing catch.
Looked over her coach for instructions. Both these teams are very well disciplined, well coached.
Lead brought the ball down, and you saw what happened. The hands are going to be there down low. Van der Plas, nice look. Crandall was there, unfortunately, there for the Crickets to knock it out of bounds.
Crandall's not sure. Do you want me on Whipple or do you want me on the outside? Trying to find out instructions from her coach.
They're working around. Moriarty will try it. That was partially blocked. Good follow there by Van der Plas.
From underneath the basket, came out with that right hand up and over. Nice touch, nice roll. Use the board. In for 2.
Deanna Van der Plas now with 16 points. Here's Eilers, the turnaround. Leak got a hand on that, but she's called for the foul.
Here comes inside. Leak goes up for the block. Couldn't see it there on camera, but commits the foul.
Just brush the hand there, maybe. Brenda Cott coming out of the game. 53 is Melanie Lead, Rebecca's sister, who checks in. And Sharon Eilers at the free throw line with 4 points. Eilers gets the next one. 35-23, our score. Open for the bucket was Lee.
Nice pass down the court. On that left side of the basket, that's where she likes to be with that left hand.
37-23, it's a 14-point lead. They tried to go to Crandall, had it knocked out of bounds, but a foul called on the hustle by Melanie Lee. Crandall may be shaken up a bit. Nope, she's up and around. Second foul on Melanie Lee. And with 2:38 remaining, we will take a timeout. 37-23, our score. We'll be back with more from the 15th Annual Girls State Championships after these messages. This is your WIAA network station. Back to the field house, it's a 14-point lead. Welcome back to the field house. It's a 14-point lead for Oostburg over Fall Creek.
Here's Van der Plas with the ball, switches hands, come up the court, passes down, a little bounce pass, right to Lee, puts it up, Uzak's backboard, down for 2.
That has been the key all day. Rebecca Lee now with 13 points for Oostburg. Misty Crandall, lead with the block. And down court quickly. Here comes Van der Plas one more time. A little bit out of control, so she's going to hold things up.
That must be very, very frustrating for Crandall, too. She's working so hard, trying to get those good shots, and lead at 6-2 comes and blocks.
Tough pass. Melanie Lee just catching that one. Moriarty.
Remember, she's only a freshman. At times there, I think she's showing a little bit of her.
Leak was open on the baseline, but she missed the shot, and Eilers comes away with the loose ball. Wilbur brings it across for the Crickets. 3-point line. Pass it off. Oscarson from the corner. Missed everything. The proverbial 18-footer from 16 feet.
That went down for her the first 3 times she shot. I'm sure she's wondering why aren't they going now when they really, really need them.
Melanie Lee, nice pass to her sister, baseline left, kicks it back out. Moriarty thought about it, back to Van der Plas.
You like to see those forwards and post players putting their hands up and say, give me the ball, I want the ball. Real frustrating if you have post players come through the lane and kind of tentative. I'm not sure if I want the ball. Rebecca Lee definitely likes the ball.
Well, Fall Creek has got to come out on them eventually. They trail by 14, and a minute 16 to go. As Tom DeFaulkner says, they're going to take as much air out of the ball as possible here. Possibly play for one unless they get a real good opportunity here. But they've got to keep moving. I see people standing around on offense now. Melanie Lee back to Van der Plas.
They're going to want it in her hands. They're only one pass away from her, I would think, so she can make a move and get open. She can't get caught in that corner, though. One thing about this court, it's a little bit longer, makes for a little bit more space out there. I think the guards appreciate that space.
Whipple with Officer playing tough defense on her. Dangerous pass, but they get it to Moriarty. Now Rebecca Lee comes up high to help out. Back to Moriarty, 33 seconds to go. 28. Moriarty almost to travel. Here's Leach to her sister Melanie. Back up top, Vanderplas very nicely now.
They're aware of how much time is left.
Here we go. Vanderplas, nice dish. Melanie Elite, the freshman, up, scores!
Up and scores! Nice shot. And Vanderplas has confidence in all her players.
Misty Crandall was fouled on the play by Lisa Moriarty. You see Tom DeFoster, that was the last thing he wanted. You've got that kind of a lead. Hey, let him take the three. That's no problem. And with just 1 second to go, Misty Crandall will go to the line.
Definitely hitting that well from outside anyway. I'm sure the young lady, if she had to do it over, went to foul.
Crandall missing the free throw.
She just needs to take a deep breath now in this quarter break and just start out from fresh and see if she can get that ball to go down.
Missing the second one. Eilers is there. It won't count it.
Nice position. Nice shot to end the quarter.
39-23, Oostburg just 8 minutes away from their first Class C title. We'll see how it comes out here. The 15th Annual Girls State Championships continue after these messages. This is your WIAA Network Station. We are set to start the fourth quarter here at the Fieldhouse. Bob Roars and Carol Hansen, the girls basketball coach at West Salem High School. Sharon Eilers in the paint, missing. Ball still loose. Oostburg comes away. Here comes Vanderplas.
What she does so well, she does again. Nice shot down here on this end by Eilers. A little tentative maybe with the 6'2 girl in front of you, rightfully so.
It is now an 18-point lead as Fall Creek will shoot the ball as that one sails out of bounds.
You can see the confidence in Oostburg's faces now. They make those nice moves inside. Nice play by Crandall.
So there's your confidence builder for Misty Crandall. Yes. Finally getting loose inside, finally hitting something. Her patented shot off glass. Full court pressure from Fall Creek. They've really got to turn it up a notch as Lori Wilder goes sailing up into the crowd.
Fall Creek really does a nice job underneath their basket, getting kids open, and then the person passing the ball and really sees the person.
Open down low. Leach.
That pass most of the times would have been in the stand, but Rebecca Leach got such long arms, nice strong hands. She was able to convert that into 2 points.
15 points for Rebecca Lead. Her and Deanna Vanderplas have been unstoppable today. Eilers, nice pass. Brunko off glass. Too strong. Crandall the rebound. Follows and scores.
That's what they needed to do. I think they've been talking in halftime. They talked about getting that. They got it 2 or 3 times this half.
Look at Vanderplas. Right around Wilbur. Doesn't get it. Leach was there for the rebound, and she gets the foul.
Wilbur did a nice job on defense that time. Just putting... Here comes Vanderplas with an attempted layup. Rebecca Leach in there for the rebound and foul.
Vanderplas is so quick, and once she gets the ball in her head, she is so quick dribbling. She gets that head of steam going down the floor. You notice there, Wilbur had the advantage starting out. And she just tucks the shoulder and she goes.
She's on the track team, competed at the state meet in the 100-meter dash. That's where her speed comes, but she's also under control.
Whipple from outside. Short. Comes right back to it.
Always need to follow that shot.
Wilbur playing the aggressive defense.
They're back to their man-to-man now.
Vanderplas pulls up from the line. Fouled from behind. We'll check the number for you. Number 20 is Sherry Seidel, who has come into the ball game. Vanderplas to the line. Arnie Strutberg looking on. His Crickets trailing right now by 16 points. And Deanna Vanderplas trying to add to that 18-point total as she does.
Young lady that's very under control on the court. Doesn't get rattled. Doesn't make many mistakes.
6:22 remaining. It's an 18-point lead.
I think Fall Creek's going to try to use that combination underneath now that's been so successful. They try to get into their low post, and then this person comes across. They make that pass right there, and then bring that person into the basket. Now, that has been successful for them, but the shot hasn't fallen this half.
It's the second or third time that particular play has worked for them down low.
Exactly. Oostburg is going to have to stop that, or Fall Creek will take advantage.
There's your press breaker right there. You get it to Vanderplas as quickly as possible, let her dribble through the traffic.
Yesterday we saw her dribble through the press, pass through the press. She does what needs to be done.
5:48 remaining. Here's Klippel. Runs into trouble down to Moriarty in the right corner. Vanderplas continually moving, working the baseline. Crandall couldn't get out of the way in time. Third foul on Misty Crandall.
Here we have Vanderplas coming inside. Crandall tries to reach for the ball, and then Vanderplas is smart enough to make that move around, and Crandall could not get out of the way.
Moriarty comes out. Number 51, Devin Wilferding, checking into the game. Melanie Leak will come out of the game.
These kids have gone a lot of the game today, too. Not a lot of rest. Maybe a good thing the games yesterday, some of these kids could get some time to rest so they could go full time today.
21 points now for Deanna Vanderplas. Both teams in the bonus situation.
Good ball rotation, good follow through on those free throws.
Lead back to 18 now with about 5.5 to go in the game. Misty Crandall thinking about it from three. Will take it. Missed everything. Wilferding the rebound, drops it off for Vanderplas.
Crickets have stepped up their defense now, trying to come at them. Try to make something happen.
Nice pass down low.
Excellent pass. Nice cut. Good movement off the ball.
Brenda Cott with her first 2 points of the game. A 20-point advantage for the Flying Dutchman. Crandall, baseline, up, no good. Wilferding there had position, lost the handle. Bronco back on top. Wilbur pulls up from 7. A rock.
They're just shooting out of frustration right now, and nothing seems to fall for them. Speaking from experience, the more frustrated you get, the harder the ball goes up, and it just won't fall for you.
4:38 to go. Vanderplas. Wilferding tried to go down low to Cott. Foul on the play of Misty Crandall. That will be 4 on Crandall. And once again, another chance at the free throw line for the Dutchman.
And I'm sure they'll keep her in the game. When you're down by 20, she doesn't do you any good sitting on the bench. If it's a close game, then they'll bring them out, give them a rest.
And Buzzy, number 31, checking in for the Flying Dutchman. 25, Lisa Moriarty coming out. Missed free throw. Crandall clears up ahead to Wilbur. With 4:28 to go. She'll pull up from 12 and hit.
Nice shot, nice shot. Squared up well. Ball in the air, nice touch.
7 points for Lori Wilbur now. Down court to lead. Here she comes.
They're able to make that long pass. The lead comes up on the left side of the basket. Vanderplas out there telling the sub on defense what to do.
Misty Crandall traveled with the basketball. She tried to find a way.
Nice idea.
She had to get her on lead somehow. Needed the extra step to do it though. Sherry Seidel coming out. Jeanette Bergeson back in for the Crickets. Inside of 4 minutes to go.
I think they need to pressure that young lady that's come into the game and hasn't played a whole lot. If she gets the ball, if I was Fall Creek, I put a lot of ball pressure on her. Fall Creek is working so hard on defense.
Lead in the paint. Yes.
Inside that left hand.
19 for Rebecca Lead. 53-31. Oostburg with that lead. Stolen away by Vanderplas with a nice outside D.
Nice anticipation.
12 turnovers now for the Crickets. And Arnie Schrutberg begins the substitutions. Cott, baseline from 10. Missed everything. Bergeson clears. Back come the Crickets on the run. Ferguson, Wilbur, three-pointer. No. Rebound Crandall. Yes.
Use the backboard on that one. Young lady looks exhausted. She's worked awfully hard today.
8 points for Misty Crandall. It's still a 20-point deficit, however.
Their Vanderplas goes, switches hands so smoothly.
Nice dish. Lead, missed it, follow. No good. Still loose, lead again.
And goes up strong, use the backboard.
55-33, a 21-point effort for Rebecca Lead. Arnie Cooper, one timeout with 2:28 to go. So we will take a break as well. Our state tournament coverage continues after a word from our statewide sponsors, Rural Insurance Company and Marshfield Clinic. This is your WIAA network station. 55-33, Oostburg leading Fall Creek in our Class C championship game today. We are under 2.5 minutes to go in this contest. Fall Creek with the basketball and a few substitutions to go along with it. 34 is Jenny Mack. 30 is Erica Chudley. 33 is Deanna Vanderplas for Oostburg. 24 points.
We know that name throughout this tournament.
It's a 24-point advantage. Down low, Oscarson kicks it back out. Ferguson drives off glass, throws up a rocket. Rebecca leads the rebound. Another one.
Vanderplas's brother played here in 86 and 87 at the state, and the coach told me that that's been one of her dreams, was to be able to play here also. And definitely she is playing, and playing very, very well.
Down low, lead is open, inside, left-hander scores.
She makes it nice to pass in, she gives that target, and even if the ball's off the target, she has the ability to get the ball.
Ferguson works it over. Jenny Mack from the outside, missing. Rebecca Leach skies for another rebound.
You must realize how frustrating it is when the ball just doesn't go down for you. Fall Creek's taking some excellent shots. They just don't seem to want to go in for them today.
Whipple drops it out to the corner for Cott. Back up top to Ann Buzzy now. 1:09 remaining for Oostburg and a Class C championship. Vanderplas, nobody picks her up.
Gotta come across that lane and stop that person.
26 points for Deanna Vanderplas. 61-33.
I'm sure the Crickets wish they could have some of their points back from yesterday for this game.
Tyler went up, was fouled on the play. It's either Vanderplas or Leach. We'll check it. It is Vanderplas. For the Lady Ducks. Number 21, Mary Cott. 25, Moriarty back in. Number 41 is Janine Casper. Rebecca Leach leads the game with 23 points, and Deanna Vanderplas takes the seat with 26 points. Phenomenal efforts for a Class C championship game. It was outstanding to watch.
Standing ovation by the crowd. Very well deserved. When they came into the field house, they had 2 minutes to get on court, and they could hardly wait for the other team to get off so they could get on this court. That was just impressive.
61-33, a 28-point lead and 42 seconds to go. Lisa Moriarty, baseline. Inside, pop, no good. Follow up there, no good.
Fall Creek is a fine ball club. We can't take anything away from them. They played hard today. The ball just didn't fall for them. Frustration took over. And that's where I think it's really kind of ended.
Back on the baseline to number 52. That is Stacy Lang who missed a shot down low. More substitutions as Sharon Eilers will take a seat for Fall Creek, and number 54, Shannon Brown, a 5'7" sophomore, checking in. 19 seconds to go. Here's Whipple, stopped at half court. Back comes the Crickets. Erica Chudley in the paint, throws up the wild one off guard.
Nice dribbling for a substitute. Get off that bench.
Stop at the play with just 5 seconds remaining. The Oostburg crowd, I guess, just practices up for that final countdown. 41. And Shannon Brown with a chance to get her name in the record book here today. our score. Oostburg has been very, very impressive, to say the least here. Brown hitting the second one. Now we just try to run out the final 5 seconds. Not going to happen just yet. They get it in. This is Clifford.
Just think that Oostburg was going to be the team to beat.
There it is. The Flying Dutchman of Oostburg are your Class C Girls State Basketball Champions for 1990. Folks, so we'll be back to the field house after this. For the people who bring you our coverage statewide, Menard and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, this is your WYAA network station. You see the final score, Oostburg 61-36, a winner over Fall Creek today in the Class C championship game. The trophies are in place out at center court. So let's now go to Jack Rain for the introduction of the winning and losing players.
Join us now as we present the awards to these two fine teams. To present the awards, Mike Williams, President of the Board of Control, the District Administrator, Osceola Public Schools, and Jerome Kane, District Administrator, Sturgeon Bay Public Schools, assisted by Matt Oddie, the Associate Director of the WYAA. Here are the Crickets of Fall Creek. Jeanette Ferguson. Julie Knoll. Jody Koenig. Sherry Seidel. Teresa Brunko. Pia Mansour. Erica Shudlick. Lori Wilbur. Jenny Mack. Tammy Asmussen. Sharon Eilers. Misty Crandall. Stacy Lang. Shannon Brown. And Reagan Thyler. And the coach of the Class C 1990 runner-up from Fall Creek, Arnie Screwfrud. And his captains to receive the runner-up trophy. Let's meet the Flying Dutchman of Oostburg, Mary Cott. Kelly Klippel. Lisa Moriarty. Fuzzy. Deanna Vanderplas. Janine Gasper. Brenda Kopp. Debbie Wolterding. Melanie Leach. And Rebecca Leach. And the coach of the 1990 Class C state champions from Oostburg, Tom DePotker.
Oostburg now 26-1 and the Class C basketball champions for 1990. Congratulations to Coach Tom DePotker and his entire team. It was quite an impressive performance all morning long and into the afternoon. Once again, 61-36, your final score. We will be back with more from the 15th Annual Girls State Championships right after these messages. This is your WIAA Network station.
Back at the Fieldhouse, Oostburg has defeated Fall Creek by a score of 61-36. We're joined by winning coach Tom DePotker. Tom, right before the half, you had that little run there, and that really put things away for you.
That really helped us. We gained some momentum just before halftime, and we came out the second half and continued that momentum and continued to open it up. The girls just played super today.
You were telling me that you were one basket away from changing your defense early on in the game.
Yeah, it was 8-2 early, and we our best defense is our 1-1-3 matchup, and they were hitting from out, and I was ready to go straight man, one more basket, but things changed. We got back in the game and turned around for us.
How about the job Deanna Vanderplas and Rebecca Leet did for you today? Really had a great game for you.
Wow, they really both came to play and really moved well today, and they both dominated the game, definitely.
What did you say to the kids right after the game and before you picked up the trophy?
Kind of that, I'm not sure that I'm here right now. I got to pinch myself. I'm not sure that I know that we beat a good team like that by 25 points. It's an unbelievable feeling.
All right, congratulations to you, Coach, and best of luck in the future. Great job.
Thanks a lot.
All right, let's go back over to Bob Roars.
All right, Jeffrey, well, 61-36, like Tom said. You don't expect to beat Fall Creek by 25 points, especially in a state championship game, but they were just so impressive. Leet, Vanderplas, that's 49 points combined. Vanderplas with 26, Leet with 23. That was it.
They were just excellent today. You just can't say enough about them.
The shooting percentages, you see it. Keep in mind, Fall Creek in the second and third quarters of this game shot a combined 3 for 20. And in a state championship game for that to happen, it is just so unfortunate when they played such good basketball all year long.
And they're much better shooters. Missy Crandall just herself is a 53% field goal shooter. So you know that they are capable of it. It just didn't go for them today.
For the game, you see the rebounding advantage to Oostburg. They took very good care of the basketball with only 6 turnovers. To be in this sort of pressure, being in the Fieldhouse essentially for your first time, making their first state appearance, Tom DePotker could not ask for much more. You see the leading scorers. Basically, Rebecca Leet took it to Misty Crandall today. Crandall only with 8 points, and those came in the second half. So it just was not enough all around. Oostburg just too doggone good today.
Yes, it would have taken an awfully good team to beat them today. They said they would do whatever they had to win, and they went to Leet and Vanderplas, and they did the job.
Oostburg wins the Class C title. Who's going to get Class B? Bloomer and Cuba City standing by. They are on the floor right now warming up. We'll be back with more. Jay Wilson and Patty Butcher standing by for the call of that one. The 15th Annual Girls State Championships will continue after these messages. This is your WIAA Network station.